Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the English Hub with Mr. Hudson. Today, we happen to be talking about a very important subject that has to do with family and family values. So, we have in our midst Mr. Eitner, who is going to be our guest for today. Hello, Mr.
Hello, teacher.
All right, Mr., can you introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello, everybody. I had always wanted to say that on YouTube. My name is Einer Sanabria. I am 18 years old. I consider myself a simple person, and I like to read.
Great. All right, so we're gonna start with a conversation for today. The first question has to do with how do members of a family support each other here in Colombia?
Mm. I consider that the support between a family is appreciated when they are having difficult moments because in this moment it is where unit is seen.
Unity is seen, yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. Who do you think has the most power in the family and why?
Mm, well, in my case, my family is mainly made up of my grandmother, father, and mother. Um, and I depend on them. So my parents have power in my family.
Okay, now do you agree with the saying that children should be seen and not heard?
Mm, for me, the first impression of this sign is not positive. I don't agree with this sign because I consider the children are do attention in what they say and how they express themselves sense, and this goes very hand in hand with their emotional and psychological. For if children are ignored, they might grow up with emotional problems.
Okay, between family members and good friends, between these two
Mm,
entities, which one do you think is more important?
I consider that both are important because you can count on them in any situation.
Okay, what are some of the problems that parents have to solve when their children are growing up?
When the children are growing up and going through adolescence, they are adapting to both physical and mental changes.
Mhm.
So as they search for who am I at this stage. And so parents have to deal with disobedience, additional to digital device, depression, and many more.
Yeah, digital devices, yes.
Yes.
Okay, and many more. All right. And how close are you to your extended family? Do you think you are really close to your extended family?
Mm, I am not really very close to my extended family because they live in other department of the country.
Okay, so because of that, you are not close to them, yes?
Yes.
Okay, all right. What is the perfect number of children a family should have? What should be the perfect number?
Mm, Well, that depends on the wishes of each person, but for me, it will be two children, a boy and a girl.
Okay, a boy and a girl. All right. Now, what do you think of people who marry and decide not to have children? Do you think is a good thing?
Okay, my opinion is neutral. That is decision of each one. I am neither against, not in favor.
Okay, so you are neutral and you are not in favor as well. Yes.
Yes.
All right. And how do you think, or how do you think Western families and Eastern families differ?
Mainly in culture. Science, their customs and daily life is different. I don't know customs, many customs, but I read that at one time they were considered opposite.
Okay. The next question is, do you think it is better for mothers to stay at home with kids or go to work to earn more money in order to support the family?
Mm, this question is complicated because some mothers may not have support of any kin from the father
Mhm.
of their child, so they don't have the possibility of choosing whether to work or not have to do so to support their child.
Okay. All right. Many families send their children to private institutes or daycares for most of the day. Do you think this is a
Mm,
good idea or a bad idea?
um, This question is also complicated. It depends on many things. So I would rather not give an opinion.
Okay, you'd rather not give an opinion. Okay, how do you define the word home?
Okay. I consider that home is not always a physical place. We may feel at home with a person or with some other family that is not ours.
Okay. Okay, so the last question has to do with when married people talk about having children, they talk about starting a family. Can two
Mm,
married people be a family if they don't have kids? Do you think that is quite possible?
mm. I consider that although some couples don't have children if they are a family, because love is what unites them.
Yeah, unites them, like binds them, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say in a situation where Mr. Eitner has children, what do you think are some of the values you're gonna pass on to your children? What values are you gonna pass on to your children?
Mhm. Love, honesty, and responsibility.
Okay, love, honesty, and responsibility. Okay, so you're gonna have to make sure they love more, they become more honest, and they become responsible. Yes,
Yes.
that's awesome. And do you think society is losing its value or values?
Mm, Sadly, yes. Every day you see people without ethics and values.
Okay. How do you think values have changed within the course of time?
Values are being lost because they are not transmitted.
Transmitted?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What is a value other people think is very important, which you don't think is important? What are some of the values you think are important for you? And for other people, they go like, no, this is not important. But for you, you think it's important.
I consider the empathy. Signs might don't care how other people are.
Okay, what values did your parents pass on to you as Mr. Eitner?
um, Honesty, sympathy, and tolerance.
Okay, honesty, sympathy, and tolerance. Yes, honesty,
Yes.
sympathy, tolerance. Okay, great. All right. Are there any values that your parents try to make you follow, but you weren't good at, doing it or good at doing?
Mm, no, not that I am aware of.
Okay, how does a society's values hold it together?
Mm, Teaching them from home and applying to in our daily life.
All right. Some people say that poorer societies have stronger values than rich or richer countries or societies. Do you agree with this saying?
Mm, Excuse me, I can you repeat?
All right. So I was saying that some people say that poorer societies have stronger values that binds them together than richer societies or countries. Do you agree with this scenario?
Yes, in a way, because they are more unit and care about each other.
Okay, cool. And what do you think are some of the traditional values you think are not important or not necessary at this moment in the context of Colombia or in the context of Villavicencio?
I don't know. I consider that all values in general are important.
Okay. The last question has to do with how do you feel when you see someone not following the values you were brought up with?
Mm, Generates a feeling of displeasure.
Yeah, a feeling of
Yeah.
displeasure. Yeah, exactly. All right. So we've come to the end of the conversation. Mr. Edner, what are some of the advice that you can give to people out there to learn more English like you, Mr.? What can you say?
Mm, to learn is very important, but I consider what all mm, ¿cómo es la palabra?
All right. So I was saying, can you give some tips for people to learn English like you, Mr.?
Mm, Tips. um, tips, tips.
Yeah, some tips.
Mm, watch videos in YouTube
Videos
or
on YouTube. Yeah.
yes, mm, learn, um, read more, um, mm, practice pronunciation with a native person.
Okay. All right. Great,
Um,
Mister. All right. So we've come to the end of this all important conversation. And I would like to say thank you very much for your time.
okay.